Yeah. So there was another part that in your presentation, a lot of things resonated with me, but you talked about maturity, and the reason I thought it was interesting is because my team and I are working on a maturity model, and we were looking at all the different maturity models, and my recognition of maturity models is they're all very similar, kind of self-explanatory in many ways, but complex in how to make it really work. You were talking about, I think, a typical classical management approach when looking at what we're doing. Are we doing a good job? Can we talk about ourselves, and can we promote ourselves? Do we provide value? It's this concept of how mature are we? And you kind of had also an interesting analogy about maturity, because maturity is also a relative concept.
Absolutely.
Based on what you need. Yeah. Would you care to share your thoughts where that's concerned?
First of all, the guide brings two concepts that are very important: maturity and alignment.
Yeah.
So alignment means you are doing what you are supposed to do,
regardless of maturity.
So exactly. So in terms of services that your PMO is providing, I usually say that you have customers in a customer-centric approach. That's what the guide defends. You have customers, executives, project managers, functional managers, and they have pains, right? And we have to heal them with medicines, and these medicines is exactly what we will do, the services that we will provide. Methodologies, portfolio management, training, mentoring. There are many medicines, but they are proper for each kind of need, of pain. So this is alignment, because I can give someone the best medicine in the world for headache, but if this person has a pain in the stomach, there is no value. They want to recognize the value of what you are doing. So this is the first point. Okay, now I know what I have to do. So now we will talk about maturity, because maturity for a PMO is how good you are when you are providing that specific service. For example, we are providing methodology. I'm doing that in my company, we're doing that in our company. In my company, there is a methodology, but nobody used that, nobody was trained, so the adoption rate is low. If I ask the project managers, they hate the methodology. You know, in your company, everyone,
it might be a great methodology, but if nobody wants it, then...
Exactly. The quality of the medicine is bad. It's the right medicine, but it's bad. In our company, everyone is trained, all projects adopted the methodology, people like it. Of course, the chances of generating the outcomes, so that your chances to heal the pain will be much higher than mine, you know? And this is the point. So maturity means if I'm doing well, what I'm doing. But the point is, doing very well, something that is not aligned, is a waste of money, resources, time, right? Nobody will see the value of what you're doing.
You used the famous Peter Drucker quote yesterday.
Exactly.
Nobody needs you to do efficiently what nobody needs you to do, right?
Absolutely. And you feel very frustrated because you say, oh, how nobody can see the beauty of what I'm doing? Because beauty as value is in the eye of the beholder. So
you used a great analogy, and I'd love to get it on film, because we will read all sorts of academic books that have this attempt to be intellectual, and it'll stimulate us, and we'll think deep thoughts. But sometimes the things that break the ice or break that barrier, that cognitive barrier, are analogies. You know, your analogies of trees was great. I can tell that you have an acting background because you understand what has impact.
Absolutely.
But you also used the analogy of the car yesterday. Do you want to share that with me when it comes to maturity?
Yes. It's interesting.
I think that's a great. You need to listen to this because this is great.